Hey everyone, it is time to look at some more Japanese results. All the WGPs are wrapping up around outside of Japan, so we're seeing some, I guess if you look at this pie chart already, you're seeing some weird things happen. The reprint set just came out last weekend, and it did bring some interesting cards to the deck, but I'm not sure how much of a paradigm shift it actually did. So we're going to take a look at that. And then also, we do have one more BCS coming up, Anaheim. I think this is this weekend. And that'll pretty much wrap up everything for BCS. But there are some pretty big announcements happening tomorrow or today, whenever you see this, right? Tuesday is going to be the big Divine Z Vanguard stream. So I think everyone's going to report on it. Everyone's going to watch it. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be some crazy stuff happening. So, yeah, this week is actually just going to be insane. Right, Tuesday, product stream, big product stream. Usually that means a banlist stream as well, so we might see something happening in JP. So yeah, just everything is happening, new series. So let's just kind of wrap it up a bit. Well, not wrap it up. I guess go through all the results for Japan, and it should be pretty interesting, right? So first off, we have Malaysia, WGP Malaysia. Top 8 was like 4 Luards, 1 Mushiking, Prism, Leonor, and Shiranui. So I don't know what happened in Malaysia. I don't know how much of the reprint set like made a difference. But it was just Luard domination, right? And looking at the results, I think first place was Eugene Tio. Yeah, we can go here. So Eugene Tio with the Luard, then Chun O with the Prism, and then third was Kelvin Cheng with the Luard, and then fourth was Peter Wong with Mushiking. And let's take a look at this. So this is the Luard list that's been going around. I'm going to zoom in a bit more. The way that Eugene described it is that he just went into Drag Driver more and just gave up on Drag Strider, which is very different from what we saw in like the WGP Nationals, where Drag Strider was kind of the bigger thing. You kind of kept your opponent at a decent amount of damage, where you can like damage deny them and then kind of try and finish them off with a big Drag Strider swing. But yeah, this is a different way to play, I guess. It's got four of the, how do you call it, the cyclers as well. Even got Duorings too, right? And just even the Dragon Tree Reg. So a bunch of different things. The main thing that really changes up is the new Regulus order. This basically, when you play it, this basically just tells Shiranui that they can't do anything for a whole turn. So it just pretty much buys you a turn, right? If you play this at the perfect opportunity, you'll just get another free turn, which might just be the difference between you winning and you losing, right? So pretty interesting list. It just doesn't feel like there's anything that just, you know, brings this deck like way better than Shiranui, because at the same time, remember, Shiranui can run this card too, right? So I don't know. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting how, you know, there's just so many Luards. I'm kind of blows my mind a bit, right? What happened in Malaysia, yeah? And the next was just the Prism list. The Prism list is pretty, I guess it's just kind of pretty standard, right? There's nothing true game breaking here. Still running the Evergreen order. I'm just guessing that it was very hard to pull the what's this card called? It's just the resist order, fake resist order, right? And then third place was another Luard, and this one again, it's very similar to like the one we saw in first place. 4 cyclers. I guess they're running. I think was first place even running maples though. So the maple part is different, but 4 cyclers is another thing. No Diorings, and wasn't able to fit in that new order too. So I don't know. I'm just wondering, why is this deck suddenly just performing way better than the other Shiranuis? But I do think, if I recall correctly, I heard that the tournaments for the finals, right, because you have to qualify for them, there's just like way less players than you'd think for like a big WGP tournament. So I guess if you know what everyone is playing, then, you know, you can bring a deck that does well against certain other people and not as good against others. So maybe this is just bad against, not as good against Shiranui, for example. But if you know that like not that many people are going to bring Shiranui, then, you know, you can bring Luard, which maybe has a good matchup against something else. There's just a lot of things to consider, right? And then fourth place here was a Mushiking list. And this is actually pretty cool, because this shows that Mushiking is still legit. We just got Mushiking in set 13, and a lot of people complain, hey, you know, this sucks, right? Everything comes out so late that it's not relevant anymore. But yeah, Mushiking is still relevant in even the set post lyrical format. So doing well, able to, again, using the triple R set or the reprint set. Triple drive set. I'm probably getting them all mixed up. Anyway, just doing the reprint set, the fake Regalis order, or fake resist Regalis order, to just, again, buy you one other turn. So yeah, pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Able to see some immediate impact. All the Forbidals are just gone now. You're running them. And then lastly, you have another top 8 list for the Luard, just to kind of see what everything is doing. And again, it's pretty much like you got 3 of this, 1 Maple, no Cyclers this time. And I don't know. I'm just, you see this order, but just, there's no way this order just makes that much of a difference, right? You have to remember, this is like a one-off as well. So you might not draw it in your matchup against Shiranui. So I'm just trying to think about why this deck would suddenly become, why Luard would suddenly become the most popular thing ever, right? Maybe they figured something out and we didn't. Anyway, moving on, we have more WGPs. This one was in Singapore, right? This seems much more standard in a way. So 3 Shiranui, then 2 Mygo, 2 Luard, and 1 Youthberg. But then the top 4 was Ernest Kong with the Mygo beating out Gabriel Tan with the Shiranui, then Suba with the full blast, and then 4th was Aloysius with the Mygo. So no Luard made it through, unfortunately. And then the deck logs we have here is just, we have 1 for the Mygo, nothing too insane, right? Just very standard. And then the next we have is Shiranui, and this one doesn't have space for the new order, right? It's still even running this, so it's kind of like a, I guess it's more of a Stride deck set one. Doesn't even have the, I think it's a Bliovaris, the Dragon Empire Dragon. That just, I feel like it's just a straight up better upgrade. I guess it's not stealth though, so if you're running things like Forktail, you can stealth that in, or you can suck it into Soul. And then lastly, we have the, well, no, we got Suba's list from 3rd place as well, so this is just full blast again. Able to sneak in one of these orders, and then the rest is just a 2-on-1. Right, a 2-on-1. I guess you have to find space somewhere, and you know, if you're not willing to cut anything else, right? I think the only thing you can legitimately cut if you're afraid of going 2-on-1 is just one of these cats. But the cats help you dig your first turn full blast pretty well. So, you know, maybe you just suck it up and just don't run that many Youthberg Revel forms like your Zest and Gust. Just cut it down to 1, right? Otherwise, I guess the only other thing you can do is like cut like a Persona Blast. But that just thinks, I don't know, that's pretty hard to make space for like this card, right? For the Resist Order, the Resist Regulus. I guess everyone just finds a space. Like, it just goes to, at the minimum, it goes to Soul, and then you can like Soul Blast out it for stuff, like for a draw, for Fairy Grocer and things like that. So I just feel like there's like no downside to this card. At worst, it is a hand filter that builds you 1 Soul, and then you can convert that Soul to like another card. And then lastly, we have the BCL season Wuhan top 8 deck breakdown. So 5 Shiranui, again, back to the Shiranui domination, followed by the 1 Bastion, Training Tools, and Mygo. And then the winner was the Shiranui, followed by the Mygo, and then Training Tools, and then followed by another Shiranui, right? We don't have the names, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We do have the decks, though. So first off, we have, like, one of the Shiranui decks. Again, you know, Bliovaris, this is, you know, the meta card you run in to draw. It looks like they cut some of the restanders to fit in other things, like, again, the Resist Order, and then some of your grade 2 like Shoujo Doji support to let you grade 2 game better, because this is just how life is right now, right? So yeah, pretty cool there. And then next we have is the Mygo. Mygo is just, again, always very standard. The next we have is the Training Tools, and again, like the Token Rambu, able to fit in one of these orders. Again, we're just seeing how effective it is. And then lastly, we have just another Shiranui. They start running the Esmeraldas. So the Esmeralda is actually very important because, you know, now that this order is out, that, you know, Shiranui should run 2, because 1, it builds you a Soul, which is what you need, and 2, it is great in the mirror. But you know how the issue is, like, Shiranui has so many restanders, but they all require like a Dominate unit to have attacked for you to be able to restand. The Esmeraldas don't. So this will always restand. So on turns when players play this order, if you have Espral Ideas, then you can still get the multi-attacks, which is great, right? You know, you stride, you get like a bunch of like cards face up, your front row gets power. You can still make like something like 4 or 5 big attacks, and your opponent still has to like guard really heavily. Otherwise, you revert back to like a 3-attack deck, which just kind of sucks. Yeah. So that is, I think those are all the lists from WGP this weekend. Pretty interesting to see. Like, suddenly there's like such a huge, I don't want to say it's a huge impact, but I guess Malaysia is just weird. right? This result is kind of insane when you think about it. I just love to see, like, or just to see if there's any players that were there, how it all went, right? Why is Luard beating everyone here, while in you know, Singapore and, you know, China much more the same as before, right? Anyway, that is it for this week. Again, be sure, big news on Tuesday, and probably big news for the rest of the week. I mean, like, the stuff that they're going to talk about on Tuesday, we're probably going to be talking about for ages, right? Lots of content out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, right? Let me. I can't say anything. It's getting late, right? I'm too excited. See, I will see you all later. Okay, bye.